In this video, we'll see the implementation of UI, and we'll see how we can do all the operations, all the CRUD operations. For the first step, we want to create a dynamic. I just want to create a dynamic alert window that displays text fields, two text fields. One is the name of the employee and the other one is the location of the employee. So when you click on the submit button, it will insert the record. So for that, when you tap on this plus button, it should display. So for that, first go to the app bar, and inside app bar of this, create one open DB, like right in open dialog box. I want to create one function which is open dialog box. Okay, so I want to create a method. So create. Okay, this is the one I want to create. So go down. So inside this written, we have something called show dialog, and inside the show dialog you have context, which is a context, and after that context you have a builder. So one more context over here, and inside builder you should return alert dialog. Inside the alert dialog, the first thing you have to pass a title, which is a text, add employee details. The next one is content, which is a container. In here I want to pass the height of a container, which is, I can give it as 150. In child, I'll give it as a column because two text fields I require. So I'm not doing any validation over here. I'll just create a simple text field here, and inside column you have to create a children, and again inside children you have a text field, one text field. I'll create a decoration here, which is an input decoration. Input decoration. Okay, input decoration. I'll pass the hint text as name. Okay, this is the first text field I created. Just I'll copy paste it. Okay, second text, I'll give it a name as location. I want a creation action. In this action, I'll create two buttons. One is a flat button, like two flat buttons I'll create here. On pressed, text is submit, and again here on pressed. Cool, I'm done. So I'm done with this. Okay, let's see let's see. So we're done with open dialog over here. Let's see how it will show. So when I tap on here, you can see there's a dialog box that appeared here, and it is giving as a name and as well as location, and submit and cancel. So now we are done with implementing the UI. Next we'll see how we can insert the records here. The first step towards inserting the records. So the thing is, when I click on the cancel, it should dismiss the this dialog box. For that, I'll go to the cancel, and I won't do anything here. Just simply I'll write navigator.pop. Just simple context. That's what. I'm not doing anything over here. Just simply I wrote a navigation context, and it will passes. And next, what I'll do in this submit button, when you're doing a submit here, so what I'll do here, I want to create a function for submit. So in this submit, what will we are inserting records, means when you enter the data here and you click on the submit, it should insert the data into a database. So for that, let me create a function, a small method here, submit action. I'll just name it as submit action. So create and inside submit action. So what I'll do, so here inside submit action, I will check if employee is equals to null. So what I'll do, if employee is equals to null, so what I'll do, employee st is equals to new employee. So here I will pass the employee name and as well as the location. So to pass this, I need to add controllers for my text fields. So these are my text fields. To this I will add a controller. So to create that controller, what I will do, I will go to the top of my widget. Here I will create two text controllers here, which is a text editing controller, one for the name controller, and the other one for location. So what this will do, this will holds the data, it will take the data that we entered inside this text fields. So now we'll go and add to a text fields. So here inside this text field, pass a controller. Here is a name, so I have given name controller, and here so I have given location controller. Fine. Next, come back to our submit over here. Come back to your submit function. In the submit function, now pass the data which currently we added to our name controller.text and location controller.text. Done. The next, we are done with passing it. Next we need to insert the data. So insert the data, we created something called db helper dot insert employees. In the insert employee, what I'll do, what the currently I have created an employee here, just pass here st dot then. So inside this, along with that we will passing the written thing also. So once the data is inserted, we want to clear this. We want to clear this text. For that I am just writing this, and also we'll write one print statement and we'll check record properly added or not. Employee record added to db. Okay, and we'll see the value of record. Here we are done. So this is for null. We are done. Next, in the else condition, what we will do, in the else condition, we'll write employee name is equals to name controller.text and employee dot location is equals to location controller.text. And next, in this case, what we'll do, we will update the data. So how I can update the data? So db helper dot update employees. So here I need to pass an employee over here. Then again, once the data is updated, again I have to clear that. So I'm done with this too. And what I'll do, so once the data is recorded, I'll call one set state over here. So inside this set state, I have an emp list, which is an empty list. I'll pass the index. So we'll see how we can pass this index. If you remember, initially we have created this update index over there on the top, that we will pass emp list of update index dot location is equals to location controller dot text. We are done, and once we are done, we'll just make this employee as null data. Fine, done. So we are done with setting up the data, we are done with insertion, and we are done with the updation, and we are done with the fetching the data using this get employees list. We'll see how we can do that. Let me add my first record over here. So before adding my first data to my table, so we missed 2 points over here. So we created a navigator.pop, means we created a dismiss for a cancel button but not for the submit button. So let's do that. Before that, I want to create a refresh list, means I want to call the refresh list function which was created on the top, and also I want to create a navigator.pop, which is a context. Yes, we are done, and let's see. Let's insert our first record, and also let me open a command palette here, debug console. If the record is successfully inserted, we'll see this print statement in our console. Okay, there is one more mistake. There is no semicolon at the end. So we are done. So let's insert our first record. So first record, let me write my name and location. So let me insert my first record. So if I click submit over here, if data is inserted successfully, you can see this print statement over here. Let's insert our record. Okay, good, we are done. So you can see, right, the data is inserted. It's into our DB, which is a first one, which is a name, and one small mistake. Both the places I have written name, so it's a small mistake. Instead of name, I should pass here. Okay, this is a mistake. And location. Okay, so I have to change it to a location. So now we got to change. And if you observe this clearly, there is no proper padding here. Let me add some padding here. Let's go to the card. Let's go to my card, and for that card, let me give me some padding. Where's my card? So this card, give some padding here. Okay, not for the card. I'll give the padding to the row. Okay, for this I'll give the padding, which is, yes, I'll give some padding, which is 16 from all lines. Okay, fine. And along with this padding, I want to give some cross alignment also. So here inside this children widget, so here in the column, so because you can see all the text is in the middle, we want the text on the extreme left. So for that, let me give some cross alignment here, cross axis alignment to the start position. So now you can see the text started from the left side with the 18 pixel, with the 16 pixel over here. This is how we are done with the insertion of a record. That's we are done, and we'll do update, and we will see how we can do the delete function also. So along that, we have, again, just open it. Okay, that is fine. So next we'll see how we can do the update over here. So to do the update, first thing you have to, I want to change, let's add some more records. Karthik, Chennai. Okay, next add Mahesh, Bangalore. One more record, Kiran, Kerala. Randomly added 4 records. So I want to update this Karthik. So I want to change the location of this Karthik. So we'll see how we can do that. So if you do remember, we have created 2 buttons, like 2 icons over here. One is for edit, another one is for delete. Go there. Yes, here what we will do, one is for the edit. So in this edit, what I can do is, so even if you tap on this edit button, it should open the dialog box, because only in dialog box we are just adding the data and we are changing it. In the same manner, if you like, we are adding the data and we are inserting the data. In the same manner, if you want to change the location, you have to open this dialog box by clicking on the edit button. The thing is, go to that. This is an edit option here. So again, here also you have to open the open dialog box and you have to pass the context. Sorry. And after that, you have to employee is equals to emp. This is what we created on the top. If you do remember, we have created this one, right? We just assigned it to our employee. And next, we have something called our update index to the current index. So what we'll see how we can update this. So when you call this, see, when I call this, I have created this. So I want to change the Chennai to some Bangalore. Submit. So I'm sorry, I have to change both. No specific condition I have written, that's the reason it is showing over here. So if I write both, you can see now the Kiran changed to Bangalore. Next we'll see for this record. For Mahesh, it's a small thing. I have not written any condition for this one. That's the reason it is asking for both. If you want, you can change. So okay, I'll write it as the same. Just updating this Mahesh to Isaac. So you can see now it is changed to this one. So for the 4 records, we have done with the update function. Next thing, we have to write a function for the delete. So again, go to the delete function over here, and we can simply call our db helper dot delete employee. So here you have to pass the ID. So what are the ID we have created, that's you have to pass here. So we have created something called imp dot ID. So if you pass this based on its ID, it will delete it. I'll create this one, and also I'll call a set state over here in this employee list. So I have something called employee list, and remove it index. Okay, we'll see. So previously, if you remember, one record was deleted. I want to delete the last record here again. So now it is deleted. I want to delete the first record also. It is deleted. If I want to add one more record here, Kiran is already there. Kumar, was a big Coimbatore. Add it. Yeah, I'll write one more record over here. So Pallavi and Vaisak. Let's make it Vaisak over here. So now I want to delete this Kumar record. So go there and delete this. So that is done. This is how we are done with this database, and we have seen how we can implement a CRUD operation and how we can connect to that particular database, and we can perform all the operations with the database. So this is how we have seen how we can create an employee database using an SQLite package. That's all. It's a very simple, as this application is like the creation of the database is it's very big process. That's the reason we have separated into 2 different videos to make shorter. And for the first video, you can see how we can set up a database, and in the second video, you can see how we can implement a user interface for this. So this is how we can set up the database using an SQLite.